Just off the shores of Lake Erie, we are at First Energy Stadium in a city aptly named after its founder, Moses Cleveland, way back in 1796. The folks here in Cleveland, even though all the down years, have never stopped supporting their hometown guys, and we got evidence of that a moment ago as the Browns made their entrance. They are ready to do battle with the Miami Dolphins. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. A first down throw for Mayfield. He gets it complete to Harris. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
Here we go.
So now a fresh set of downs. 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Mayfield gives this one to Hunt. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. 2nd down. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. Here's Mayfield. He rifles one that's intercepted. He's picked off near his own 48. There he goes, right side. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. How big is that penalty? Wipe out the INT.
You'd hate to be the teammate that caused that penalty and wiped out the interception. You got to face that guy in the locker room. Not a lot of fun for you, and you hurt your squad.
A toss play to Hunt. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Elijah McGuire with it, the 3rd-year man from Louisiana. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Elijah McGuire, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point by Seibert, up and good, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Rosen and the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. From the gun, it's Rosen. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Charles, already trailing by a touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points. That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space.
Watch the eye. Check 52. Check out.
This is Kenyon Drake, the fourth-year man from Alabama. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Faking the give to Drake, now Rosen. He gets it into the arms of Parker, complete. There he goes left side. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Devontae Parker with touchdown number 8 on the year, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Cleveland offense ready to go, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. A good play there as the Browns strike for 16 on a first down. One play has them to the 37 here for 1st and 10. On first down, they go right back to Hunt. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. The free safety roaming all the way up to the line of scrimmage to make that stop.
How about his ability to trust his eyes and figure out it was not a pass play and go fast towards the line of scrimmage in order to make that tackle.
And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Come get some. Come on here. Come on.
On third down, Mayfield. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a footer. So short. So they're challenging the spot. If you're a coach, you hesitate to throw the flag anytime it's a spot discernment.
You certainly do, because you feel like that's not one you're likely to win, and you may need that challenge flag for later in the game.
2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. On first down, they'll run with Hunt. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
All day, just like that. Just like that.
Here's Hunt. And he's across midfield and into Miami territory. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
And the penalty makes this a much more manageable third down, 3rd and 2.
Check three, check three, check three.
King. Dad.
And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. He has enough for the first down on the keeper, a gain of 6.
I do know that owners, when they watch their quarterbacks running with the football, they usually hold their breath because that's the franchise. But when you're getting that kind of a gain, hard to argue against calling it.
They'll run on first down. Hunt. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down. They'll try to throw here. Mayfield. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
Well, he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
Throwing, Mayfield. The Dolphins do the job defensively there, and now it brings up fourth. Maybe a little over-anxious in the pocket there. He just didn't look comfortable on that throw.
No, he didn't, because it wasn't his normal fluid delivery. And I think you might have had it right. Wasn't really confident with what he saw downfield and almost felt like he wanted to pull that one back.
And that will wind up just short. He had it on line. It ran out of gas at the end. And in this first quarter of play, this will remain a tie ball game. So good starting field position for him here as they come up first and 10 at their own 46.
Watch twins.
Drake will start the drive on the ground. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. Past the 20. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Kenyon Drake, his first touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins have taken the lead. Seeing some pretty good offense here in this first quarter.
It's been a wild start to this quarter, as you noted. And now with that lead that we're seeing, can they retaliate? I get the sense this one's going to go back and forth all game long.
And that probably won't be the last long touchdown that we see in this one. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for first and 10. Trying to get it to Beckham, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Bobby McCain. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds.
Switch. Under 10. Under 10. 10.
Throwing on second and 8. Rosen. And that is incomplete. Devontae Parker was the intended receiver. And it's third down. So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist. And 58 is a mic. Go 58 is a mic.
From the shotgun, it's Rosen. Pressure comes, and down goes Rosen. Myles Garrett in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. On fourth down, Matt Hawk to punt it away. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. It's Dolphins football here as we begin the second quarter, but likely not for long as they're in punt formation to kick it away. On fourth down, Matt Hawk is on to punt. Back deep, Jarvis Landry. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. They'll run with Hunt on second down. He'll be taken down well behind the line, and I think he might have just given those 4 yards right back. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss, and now it's third down. Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on third down.
King.
From the gun, Mayfield. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Shane Ray in there to get him. And on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. On fourth down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. Back deep, Jakeem Grant. Fielded at about the 28. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And it'll be Dolphin football. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left. We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right?
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Joe Schobert. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. Wow, so wipe out the INT roughing the passer. What a disaster.
An absolute disaster, and you hope their lockers are not right next to each other for the postgame. Safe to say one is not buying the other dinner.
They'll look to throw on first down with Josh Rosen. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Demarius Randall that time there to knock it free. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Check nickel. Slam. Check, crunch.
Hug.
He's crashing.
Counterplay, Drake. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
Well, that play was over before it even got started. Thanks for nothing, huh? How about that? That sets up a very difficult third down call now.
On third down, Rosen. Pressure comes and down goes Rosen. Myles Garrett, what a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game watching this offensive line because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
The Browns drive about to get started. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on second and a couple. Mayfield now. He gets this into the hands of Taylor. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end.
Going to the air again with Mayfield. Gets this to Kareem Hunt, his running back. And he is down at the 48. A pickup of 4 that started at one 48-yard line and ended at the other. The Browns on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
Regular.
52's the mark.
Bravo.
Watch the run.
Mayfield with it once more. He finds Beckham complete. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Mayfield. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jerome Baker in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes, and just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
And the pressure gets to him again. Christian Wilkins in there to drop him, and sacks on 1st and 2nd downs. Now leads to a 3rd and long. Mayfield and this Browns offense staring at a 3rd and long now after the sack.
Hey, I want to look.
3rd and long for Mayfield. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag.
And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And he'll score. Touchdown, Browns. A big play there. His first touchdown on the year, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down. And for the Browns, a nickel set here on third down. Out of the gun, here's Josh Rosen. And he hits Drake. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Dolphins have a first down. Rosen on 1st and 10. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
That's alert. Right. Check. Wide.
On second down, it's Drake. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete. T.J. Carey right there in coverage.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line.
At their own 12-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And we're under a minute to go here. What's been an even first half all tied up.
Yeah, still time to make something happen, too. A couple completions, you string them together, could get into field goal range. Let's see what happens.
And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. They run on second down with McGuire. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. And he's going to have a first down, but not sure it'll matter as the clock will continue to run. A nice first down pickup on a gain of 6.
First and 10 at the 27-yard line.
180. Done. Watch the slant. Sponge. Run. I got it.
First down, Mayfield. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining.
Incomplete on the throwaway. It leads to
Second and 10 now from the 27. Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A gain there of 30 big ones. So we've hit halftime all even at 14 apiece. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, and ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Meanwhile, on the NFL scoreboard, a game going on in Chicago. And an early advantage in that one for the Giants. And we'll keep you abreast of how that one shakes out.
Switch. Back.
They'll start the drive with Drake. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
Switch gears. 36.
On play action, Rosen. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. It's the former Dolphin All-Pro Olivier Vernon, able to record his 5th sack of the season. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Well, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Myles Garrett, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. Needs something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Alert. Check. Rush in.
Here's Rosen to throw. Brought in over the middle by Grant. Ouch, you thought you had the defensive stand. Roughing the passer wipes it out.
What does every defense talk about? 3 and out, right? Thought they were able to get off the field. Not so.
A bad time for a roughing penalty, and they get the gift of a 1st and 10. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Mike Gesicki with touchdown number 7 on the year, as his guys are able to regain the lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and the lead is now 21-14. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the 3rd quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
A well-executed 22-yard gain. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. He was looking for Odell Beckham that time. And now it's 2nd down. So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Mayfield looks to throw. It's caught. Beckham. They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well.
Let's go!
At their own 20-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Kill, turn up! Check 26.
On 1st down, Drake looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Rosen. It's complete to Drake. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. He felt the pressure coming there. That was a good job of just making something out of nothing, so to speak.
Yeah, took the hit and still made the play. You know, when we talk about runners, all right, and on running plays, runs after contact, we call that getting dirty yards, tough, gritty ones. To me, that's like the version of a dirty pass. He knows he's going to get smacked, yet still delivers the football and picks up good yardage.
His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
A give to McGuire, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and all of a sudden here it's third down. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. He's got his tight end, David Njoku. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12. Mayfield now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. To throw, Mayfield. Well, going deep here for Taylor. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So after the penalty, heading in the wrong direction, 2nd and 15. Now Mayfield. Space to maneuver at the 40. It's caught by OBJ. The 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point hugged the upright a bit, but he gets it to go. And we are tied at 21. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs, and that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Right back to Drake. And he's got some space here. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21. It's a big play there for Miami. 58 yards. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. And now it's Rosen looking. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. On 2nd down, it's Drake. He's got the 1st down inside the 10. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Kenyon Drake with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game, as his guys have now moved out in front. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
The Browns take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
On first down, here's McGuire. And the play goes nowhere, losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play. Mayfield on play action. He's going to look for Beckham in the end zone. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Well, sometimes when you try to defend OBJ, you're going to get a PI call.
You might get a PI called at just about any point during his route. And I think a lot of teams have taken the whole philosophy.
And he takes this one in for a Brown score. Elijah McGuire, his second touchdown of the afternoon, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point was hooking, but he does make it through. And we are all tied at 28. So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy.
And he's into the clear. The 30, 10. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Kenyon Drake, 77 yards as they have taken the lead. Go ahead and give him the hat trick. He's been in the end zone now 3 times.
You toss your fedora first, okay? You go ahead and do that. But let's be honest about it. That third one, that's the most spectacular run he's had in the ballgame. It's almost as if he's been playing his own game of, can I top this? And each run has been more spectacular than the last.
That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. A first down throw for Mayfield. And he's got the hook up to Landry. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Well, when you're leading in the fourth quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
On first and 10, Mayfield. This is the tight end, Njoku. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll be a second down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. The Browns on third down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 7. From the gun, Mayfield. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Here's Jamie Gillen now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. Here's Rosen. And this is Parker, complete. And they work this out past the 25. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down. Rosen now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Now Drake. The tackle made by the linebacker, Joe Schobert. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
Well, it looked like a quick hitter, a 3-step drop, but when it's not there, what do? He elects to try and escape through the massive bodies up the middle, and he does so and picks up positive yardage.
The Dolphins on 3rd down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 4.
Switch. Under 10. Right. Whip. Watch the whip. 53 is the mic. 53 is the mic. Here we go, D.
Faking the give to Drake, now Rosen. And it's caught by Parker. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Dolphins 1st down.
Watch the twist. He's coming. Double up.
They'll look to throw on 1st down with Josh Rosen. And a quick throw here, that's complete. A big play there on the catch and run. 48 yards. The offense just continues to reign supreme. Big plays, both sides, back and forth. Tough to keep track of.
It certainly is, and I'm over here just marveling at what I'm seeing. It's tough for you, though. You got to call all these big plays and have all this emotion each time they go at each other.
And a completion to Wilson. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
On 2nd down now, it's Drake, and he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal.
Here comes the boom. I see you, boy.
Now Rosen. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by the former 1st-round pick, Demarius Randall. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 28, and they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick six last week. Not a pick six here, but an interception.
Hey, it's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept the pass. Oski tells your team to rally around him.
Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Myles Garrett in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 for him now on the year. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. On the toss play, this is Drake. 9 yards on the gain there, and it's going to bring up a tough 3rd and 7. Kenyon Drake, he was kind of underutilized last year when Adam Gase was head coach, only 7 starts, but now he's going to get a chance under new head coach Brian Flores to really showcase his talent. He certainly flashed his diverse playmaking abilities a season ago. 9 touchdowns, 5 through the air, and that is going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. Larry Ogunjobi, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Sanders' kick is good, and that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10. A big one there. That gives them a little cushion and makes it a 2-score game.
Yeah, let a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one.
And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Charles Harris just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. Another try after the first down sack. Mayfield, he's going to sling this. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. That'll put him at 77 yards receiving for the ball game. It's a first down.
And the Browns, first down. 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. The tight end, David Njoku, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up second down. Baker Mayfield, as a rookie, 3 times he led the Browns back to victory in the 4th quarter. What can he do? Odell Beckham Jr. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Odell Beckham with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. As they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. And it's no good. Well, that could be a critical miss here in a 1-score game in the 4th. So here we go with the onside kick. They'll need a recovery and a touchdown. A field goal does them no good. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And the Dolphins are going to recover. A tough one there. They certainly wanted that when they needed it, but they didn't absolutely have to get it. They still do have 3 timeouts.
You're exactly right. They had to attempt it. But even though they didn't get it, as you noted, with 3 timeouts, if they can get these stops on defense, all hope is not lost.
On first down, Drake, and he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. They stay on the ground with Drake. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down. Throwing now is Rosen. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that is intercepted by the Pro Bowl cornerback Denzel Ward. And they'll be down just outside of the end zone at the 1-yard line. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now, that's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Back to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Bobby McCain. And he will score. Touchdown, Miami.
That was an interception, but on the field, the guys who are picking it off, they're not saying that. What word are they using? It's Oski. And that means catch the ball and go the other way.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say Oski.
Ask around. They'll tell you.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that will get him one closer. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And they'll start in a hole here as he's brought down at the 11-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call.
And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. So that a double whammy. Not only do you have to give away the football, but the 2 points mean this is now a 2-score game.
And 2 doesn't seem like much, does it? But it means everything in this situation because now they're going to have to look back, and ultimately that might be the play that ends up deciding this game.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
Victory very likely now for the Dolphins as they take a knee here. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Miami, their playoff chances take an uptick as they move to 7-4. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Cleveland, their luck may have run out as they fall to 4-7 now in the year. And they'll try to rebound next week as they head to Heinz Field to take on the Steelers. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.